This is my client. This is the only thing I've heard this winter. Okay. This is what my customer says. I know it's the slow season, but calls have been really slow recently. Anything you guys can do? Because I had the conversation up front, because I let the customer know up front that it was going to slow down, that's the shit that I get instead of, hey man, I'm going to cancel because leads are slow. He knows it's the slow season. I told him it's going to be the slow season. So now I just get a simple text and we message him and say, hey, let's see if we can bump up ads or whatever. Okay. So guys, I've been saying this phrase for the past year. Okay. And again, I'm not going to go into crazy detail, but I want you guys to think about this. The close, meaning the deal, closing the deal. The close is in the setup. The deal is not closed at the closing table or on the Zoom call. The close happens from the moment you call the customer until the moment you get on the Zoom call. And a lot of us we think about it like, oh, I'm going to get on, I'm going to close this guy. And that's the terminology we use. So we think that's got to be some big, hairy, scary, built up thing. And I'm here to tell you guys, if you will start running towards objections, if you will start handling and overcoming objections before they even become objections, you will realize that that closing call does not need to be a big deal. In fact, it shouldn't be a big deal. It should be a very casual, comfortable, fun, exciting conversation where you and the business owner talk together as partners about how you're going to conquer the local market. Not about going to war with, oh, it's 6 months and you have to do 6 months and all this stuff, because we've already talked about it. Okay. So let me give you guys the strategy, the high level strategy of what we do in the program and what we teach. Okay. And that is a 3-step strategy. Number 1 is make a list of all possible objections. Okay. Sit down today and take a piece of paper and write down every possible objection you can think of. I got to talk to my spouse. I got to talk to my partner. I got to freaking, I don't do contracts. I don't trust you. Whatever, write all of them down. Any possible objection that you could think of, write it down. Okay. And then what I want you to do is step number 2 is I want you to think of how you can creatively, this is the key, how you can creatively eliminate that objection before it even becomes an objection. Think back to my example about the winter. I brought it up first. I told the business owner, and I continue to tell business owners that, guess what? It is going to be a little bit slower in the winter because guess what? It's Christmas. And guess what? It's not a big deal when we're talking about that in July. Okay. Or even if it's the middle of winter, we're talking about it. And I let them know, hey, right now is a little bit of the slower time. You're going to see it's a little bit slower now, but trust me, in the spring, it's going to start to pop. Okay. And I'm not going to charge you more money. Call out the elephant in the room. Okay. So step 1 is list all possible objections. Step 2, find a way to creatively eliminate the objection before it becomes an objection. Whether that's via text, whether that's on the phone, whether that's on your screencast that you send before you close the deal. If you don't know what I'm talking about, get inside the damn Facebook group already. There's tons of gold in there you guys are missing out on. Number 3, this is kind of a bonus tip. This is like a next level way to do this. And I could do an entire 1-hour live on just this strategy. I've actually done a live on this strategy inside of Digital Landlords. But here's a bonus tip is use your current clients. Or if you don't have current clients, use clients of somebody that you are a colleague with and use the stories of those clients as ways to ways to eliminate those objections up front. Okay. And I know I might be losing you guys a little bit, but guys, I for time's sake and for the fact that people, obviously I share that kind of stuff inside the program. I'm giving you the high level stuff here. Okay. Again, let me repeat those. Step 1, make a list of all possible objections. Okay. Every possible objection you could think of. Step 2, list next to it a creative way to overcome that objection, to eliminate that objection before it even becomes an objection. Okay. And bonus tip, do number 2 and use customer stories. Okay. Or if they're not your customers, your friend or your colleague or somebody in your Facebook group, use one of their stories to overcome the objection, because it sounds way better when it was Bob, my client Bob, who, yeah, he actually didn't do contracts either. However, he discovered blah, 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 blah. It's way easier when Bob says it than when I say it. Okay. Because when it's me, it sounds like, well, of course you're going to say that, bro. You want the deal. But if Bob says it, it's less, what's the word? It's less confrontational. It's less in your face. So those are my tips. That's my strategy for overcoming. I don't care what the objection is. I don't care if it's a trust objection. I don't care if it's got to talk to my spouse. I don't care if it's got to talk to my partner. I don't care. I got to pray about it. I don't care what it is. That is my strategy with every single objection. I eliminate objections. I don't worry. I don't sit and focus on how can I overcome objections. I think about this differently. I think about this, how can I just eliminate objections altogether? And guys, if you will do that, you will find that your closes will go from being these big, hairy, scary, nervous, oh my gosh, I'm sweating and I'm flustered and this is awkward, to, oh, I'm just jumping on this call. We're talking numbers. I'm getting his credit card details. We're signing the contract. If you will start eliminating objections up front, you will start to know when you get on the closing call, you will know with 99.8% accuracy whether you're getting that deal or not. You will know because you will have done it enough times. You will go, well, I overcame that one and I overcame that one and I overcame that one and they overcame that one. There's nothing left for them to object. There's nothing left for them to say, so I'm going to get the deal unless I'm just missing something. Okay.